Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Guilty Crow Tarot. I'm your anxious reader, Rachel, and we are going to do our weekly reading to see what's coming up, what might be giving us some anxiety, and how we're going to get through it. And this week, I am using my Cozy Witch Tarot deck, and I am also using the Illustrated Crystallary. So we'll see what that has to say. They're really pretty cards. And I think that I love these so much because they have little coffee cups on the back of them. And they're just making me want to go to Dunkin' Donuts and get one of those really good hot chocolates. So let's jump right into this reading. And we'll see what this week is going to bring us. And the first card this week is the King of Wands in reverse. So this week is going to feel like you're not in control. Maybe like you have lost your fire a little bit about something, and the things that you were pursuing, because maybe things are taking a little bit of time or it's not turning out the way you want it to turn out. You've lost your passion for it. You've lost your fire for it a little bit. Okay. You feel like that guiding light is no longer shining for you. Now, I know this week was election week, and I know a lot of people are really been thrown off kilter. I'm personally not a political person, and I barely pay attention to it, but I have seen some stuff on Facebook and YouTube, and I know some people are really freaking out. So that could definitely be throwing you off this week. It's kind of a given, I guess, right? So we also get the Three of Swords, and if I feel like you're really taking this hurt to heart. And, this doesn't have to be about anything political either, but it's just addressing that you have a sense of loss and you're feeling lost. And with that Three of Swords, addressing those hurt feelings and those hurt emotions, it's a really important week to take a peek at those and just be able to allow yourself to grieve and move through those things. Okay. And know that it's okay to have emotions about them, but we can't hang on to them forever, right? So the Three of Swords is all about bringing those emotions to light and then being able to move through those negative emotions so that we can get back to our even keel where, we're still feeling good, right? Our emotions are supposed to be like a child where we get really upset, but we don't stay there. Or, we get really excited about something, but we're not always excited. So, and then you come back down to like status quo where, you're calm, you're not intensely happy or intensely sad, right? So, allow yourself to move through any kind of grieving. Now, would that King of Wands in reverse as well? This could be dealing with, the loss of a friend, somebody who you really looked up to, somebody very close for you that's bringing you, that's making that loss is making you very sad this week. Okay. But with that Three of Swords, it's not just making you sad, like you have to address the grieving and address those emotions. Okay. Stuffing things in never works. That's when your cup gets overfilled, and that's never good, because then we just erupt emotionally and then you don't know what you're addressing. Okay. So something that we're going to try to avoid this week is Two of Swords. And that's making snap decisions about things, because you are in such your feels this week. Making decisions when you're highly emotional is just never a good idea. Okay. So allow these emotions to run through you. Don't jump into anything that you might regret in the future. Make sure that it's funny too, because I'm as I look at this card, and she's got her little eye mask on, right? Maybe if something's bothering you, just don't watch it, right? So I love that saying, all about, please let me control the things I can control. Isn't that the Serenity Prayer that says, don't mind the noise? The cat's trying to get in again. So Hazel's going to come for a visit. I swear she knows when we do these readings. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And I think that this week is really important, to remember that serenity prayer. Okay, that's going to be very important this week. And, to try to keep yourself calm, because you really don't know, we all don't know, like, the super future. Like, tarot is really great and stuff, but this just gives us a glimpse into some of the things that Spirit wants us to know. So a good action to do is the Ace of Swords. And I love that because it's all about changing your mind, right? New ideas, new things are coming in for you. A new way to talk to yourself, right? To tell yourself that it's going to be okay. Come on, nosy. Yeah, but you're nosy. Come on, nosy butt. So this could bring in, new inspiration, some new ideas. And I think that that's a really good action to take. So even when we're disappointed by things, some of the best things happen from, terrible situations. It's going to force you to look at life a different way. And I think that this is a great week for you to take that on, So this bad thing happened and I'm really feeling the loss. Once your emotions come down a little bit, can we flip side that and say, like, okay, what's my next action plan? Let it spark some new ideas and some new passions in your life. You don't know where this is going to take you. So don't completely look at the negative this week. It's not going to serve you at all. So where's this whole situation headed? And we get the Sun. So with those new ideas coming in, and if you don't make snap decisions and make those really quick choices that you haven't really thought about, we get the Sun, and the Sun is like the happiest card in the deck. So this whole situation is going to turn out to be really good for you. Okay, it's going to illuminate things that you maybe didn't look at before. In the end, you'll be radiating joy. So I love that. I think that's really interesting. And, this situation, remember that Sun card is at the end. Every time you go to look at the negatives, right? Every time you go to look at the situation as being terrible and bad, know that Sun card is like literally the best, happiest card in the deck. So I think that's pretty cool. I like it. And again, this is not a political reading, so this might not have anything to do with politics. So just please keep that in mind. I'm feeling a flavor for it because I just literally got done watching some videos and I know people are upset. So let's just pull one from this Chrysalary deck. And we get the Emerald. Choose your intention. So I think that's great because the card has a cat on it too. But, what is your intention? What way do you want to live? We get so stuck in that fear-based thought of what we think what is. So this is a great time to not do that. Let's step back for that. Take a breath and then decide, how do I want to live my life? Who do I want to be? We all think these big, huge things affect us every single day, and they really don't. I mean, how many people do you encounter on a daily basis? You can still have a great day and terrible things are happening in the world every single day. And unfortunately, we can't fix every single one of them. And here's Miss Hazel. She's come for a visit again. She loves her tarot card readings. So let's look at one other thing that's going to come in. And we get the Seven of Swords. So this is all about planning and thinking that we're doing, the right things. But are we really doing the right things? We have to take a peek at that too, right? What is going back to what our intentions are? Um, you know, is there a place where you're being sneaky, or is somebody else being sneaky around you? This is a good week to take a peek at that and just be prepared that somebody might not have some good intentions towards you, okay? And something crossing that is the Six of Swords. So this is all about moving on. And it could also be a physical move, but moving, even mentally from one space to another, right? So planning that part out and then actually taking action on it. Before you make the big switch, let's make sure that your intentions are pure of heart, and that what you're going towards is something that you actually want, right? Now, if somebody's being a little icky towards you, this Six of Swords can have to do with travel, moving forward, bringing forth ideas, and changing some things up. So, possibly in an office setting, you can bring up an idea or something and somebody is against it. Or even at home, you think you've got it all planned out and somebody's like, I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm feeling a lot of resistance with this card. This week, you just want things the way you want them. And, we're going to be humbled this week. It's just not going to happen quite the way you want. That's okay, because remember, just because we think we know what we want in the moment, what did we say? We plan and God laughs, right? Spirit's always taking care of us. So I want you to remember that there's a higher power and spirit that's leading us in the right direction, okay? So something not to do this week is the Five of Swords. So this card is so funny because it literally says on the bottom, you can't be right all the time. So nix the arguments, keep your mouth shut. There's no reason to fight with people this week. Everybody comes from their own perspective. And just remember, we are all humans and we should all have compassion and love and know that it's not all about me. I hear a lot of me, I, especially in this world lately. And just know there's a lot of other people in this world too. And they all have different feelings and different perspectives. And, the people you live in your home with, they're going to have different ideas than you. So this is not a week to kind of be, just kind of chill out a little bit. No reason to, argue over ideas. Fives are all about discord. And that Five of Swords is, thinking that we know the right way to go. Okay. So let's see. A good action to do this week is Four of Swords. Every single card in this part here is all about swords. So this is all that thought process, right? That air. Swords are all about thoughts. So with the Four of Swords, it's literally about resting, meditating, chilling out. Stop talking. Stop saying things that you might regret, okay? This is all about retreating from the world. And I like that because with that Two of Swords that we got in the last part of the reading, where, don't make a snap decision because you'll be in an emotional state. This is definitely hitting home with that Four of Swords, right? Lay in bed, scroll cat videos or something comfortable and relaxing. Do something a little mindless this week. With all these swords, I feel like, very on edge this week. Everybody out there. Okay. And where is this headed? Is the Ten of Cups. And this could bring you to discord in the family. So I have a feeling, and this might make some of you mad. I have a feeling that despite the advice the tarot cards are giving you this week, you're going to just say it anyway. So the 10 of Cups could just be, the never ending feeling of being emotional and those ups and downs and stuff like that. So remember that you really are in control of your own emotions, and it's really important to remember. And nobody can make us feel a certain way. We're in charge of that. And I know a lot of people are going to hate me for saying that, but you're in charge of how you feel. So I love this card from the Chris Larry. It is Find Your Way Home. And this is an important thing because I do feel like this part of the reading does have to do with some family. Let's make our home a happy place, our comfortable place, our safe spot, right? Homes where you can live whichever way you want and, make it whichever way you would like it to be. So just because we have to be respectful of everybody else out there and we have to be respectful of other people in our home, this is really a place where you can be yourself and find comfort. Okay. And maybe with that, find your way home as well, finding some people of like-minded, but just remember, let's not find those people of like-minded thoughts to complain about everything. Let's find those people where we can uplift each other and, bring happiness into our lives. I find that a lot of groups get together so that they can complain and commiserate. And while I understand that because, you want to have somebody with a common interest and common background and circumstances as you, instead of uplifting others, sometimes we go more to the negative, and this is not a good week to do that. I actually don't think it's ever a good week to do that. I think that the uplifting each other is just way more progressive. Let's propel each other forward instead of beating the drum of this is bad, this is bad. And I think that that's definitely, it's definitely more uplifting, and it's going to bring you further and take you further than the constant negativity. Okay. So let's look at one more thing that we're looking at here. And we get the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So again, I kind of feel like we are beating the same drum, but the Four of Pentacles, financially, you might have a little bit of an upset, and this is all about feeling unstable with those four. The number 4 is all about stability. So with those Four of Pentacles in reverse, your stability is thrown a little bit. Now, this is more physical, right? The swords are all about mental. So the pentacles are all about physical stuff, the things that we can't take us when we go. So if you are not feeling well this week, know that you're still a little bit off from that. Financially, we're all a little bit off. And that stability that we were hoping for is just not going to be there this week. Okay. And we get the Knight of Cups in reverse. So we could be hoping that another person in our life is fulfilling us fulfilling us emotionally, and you don't feel like that's happening this week. I feel like you're also hoping, some of us who are not in a relationship, hoping to look for that other person. And this week, it looks like that person isn't moving in, okay? Not physically moving in, but like the energy of that is not coming in. I feel like that fulfillment that you're looking for from somebody else is just not going to happen this week. We want the support of people around us, but you have to remember that they're all going through their own thing right now. And, again, it's not all about me. It's not all about I. And we have to look to that and just realize that sometimes we have to self-soothe, and not everybody can give us exactly what we want, right? With that Seven of Pentacles in reverse, it is not the time to over assess everything, right? Sit there and looking at everything that has gone wrong or that's bad. This is a good time to get out there and just have a good time. We don't need to over assess everything. This week we're not going to look at things properly anyway, so let's take a step back from that. And what we should look at this week is the Nine of Cups. And so this is all about counting your blessings. Where are we blessed? You know, wishes fulfilled. Look around. No matter how bad things are in your life, you know, there's always something positive you can look at, right? We all have something positive that we can look at, even if it's the most minuscule thing. You know, the more you count your blessings, the more blessings you'll get, and the more blessings that you'll see. So let's take a look at, I know that some people have like a hard time when I say, like, can you say like 10 things that you can say that's a blessing? And some people are like, no, I can't. Well, look at one. And once you train your brain to look at the one, you're going to see the two and the three. So this week, you definitely need to flip side and take a look at the good stuff that you have going on, and just know, like, life isn't that bad, right? We can move through things and we can move forward with things. And where is this headed? And this is the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is all about, I hate to say it, a little bit of melodrama. The Ten of Swords is definitely a painful ending, but at least it's an ending. And Hazel's getting a little sassy down here. She's going after my hand. Little shit. You can't play with the cards. So, remembering to, I love the saying on the bottom of this card, it's hurt people, hurt people. So let's not share our negativity. Let's not share our hurt or put that on somebody else. Just because you've had a crappy day doesn't mean that you have to turn around and treat somebody else poorly because you've had a crappy day or a crappy week. Let's keep that in check this week, okay? Because I am not feeling like there's a lot of love going around this week, and that could be a little difficult. The next card that we get is Step Up to Sovereignty. So this card, Step Up to Your Sovereignty, is great because it really does go around the relationships, in your life, right? You know, there's a line in this Oracle book that I love that says, Lapis will lengthen your spine and help you find your voice, and she expects your actions to match your regal bearing. So when you're going through a difficult space this week in your relationships with other people, remember who you are, okay? Lapis reminds you that no matter who you are a caretaker of yourself, of those around you, and of the earth. It also goes on to say, but only you can find the inner fortitude to rise to the relationships she helps you embody. So remember that we have a responsibility to behave properly to other people, whether we agree with them or not, whether we feel like they are giving us what we want or deserve or not, right? Doesn't give us the right to just turn around and treat everybody else like crap because people aren't giving us what we feel like we need, right? That Ten of Swords too, I love that card because it's all about melodrama. The melodrama. You didn't just stab me one time, you stabbed me 10 times, right? So let's check the melodrama this week because it's just going to make you feel worse. So any arguments with people, no. Let's treat others the way we want to be treated this week. And again, I hate to say it, let's remember that it's not all about me, right? I call these, this is the time of all about me. And I personally feel it's a really sad time on this earth because, we really have a hard time looking at, other people and understanding other people. And while I think it's a wonderful thing for us to be able to dig in and understand things about ourselves and our shadow side and what makes us tick, it doesn't give us the right to take other people's feelings away from them and the right of other people to feel that the way they do. And I feel like that is regal, right? Is to, what do kings and queens historically do. They take care of their subjects. You can take care of other people just by listening and just shutting up, right? And just, spreading the joy and spreading the gratitude, and just say, like, I'm sorry your life is bad right now. Like, what's one thing that you can, say that, you're grateful for? Let's talk about that stuff instead of talking about how negative and bad everything is. You're just bringing the vibe of the earth down, and the vibe of everybody on the earth down. And that is just not helpful, right? That is not helpful. And keep in mind too, not that, we have to do everything for other people to make them feel, wonderful or whatever. But people don't want to be around people who are miserable all the time. People don't want to be around people who are yelling and have a low vibration. It's very grating. So if you're finding lately that people just don't kind of want to be around you, I hate to say it, but, check yourself. Where are you constantly beating the drum of something negative? And step up and, be the person you want to hang out with. I think that's just really good advice right there. Be the person that you want to hang out with. I know that I have to remember that for myself sometimes, because I can tend to get into these little spirals of like bleh, negativity. And that's just not fun for anybody. So let's just pull just one more card from this beautiful deck. And it's Feel in Order to Know. And so I'm just going to read some of the parts out of this, because you guys all know I love my Oracle books. So this one says that this card helps you tap directly into your nervous system, boosting your innate ability to feel the life forces at work in the world around you, while simultaneously helping you recalibrate the worlds within you. And I think that we really need that. We need to recalibrate the worlds within us this week, okay? Quiet that noisy brain. Your body is an instrument of knowing. When you pay attention to it, you'll come back into balance, mind, body, emotions, and spirit. So seek out the things that make you calm. Seek out the things that bring your nervous system back into calibration. Turn the TV off. Walk away from the people that are complaining. And don't be that person who's complaining, okay? Remember the study of water there with Masaru Emoto. Words have a lot of power, and the things that we say, right? We don't want to speak low vibration words. Let's stay empowered. Let's stay healthy. And let's stay stress-free. Why put that on yourself this week? All right. I hope you guys have a lovely week. And thank you so much for being with me during this reading. I hope you like and subscribe. And I will see you guys next week. Mwah!